What is Kinship Legal Guardianship, KLG?
In New Jersey, Kinship Legal Guardianship, also known as KLG, is an interim form of permanent arrangement for your child. So when I say interim form, I mean it is not the same as when you have custody of your child returned to you through reunification that happens through a court process with the agency, and it's not as draconian an outcome as termination of your parental rights if the agency were to file a guardianship complaint and a court were to say that you could no longer have access to your child. Kinship legal guardianship is usually where a relative, or sometimes a family friend or third party, takes custody of your child. And in that instance, they have something greater than legal and physical custody granted by a court order. It's a step above that. They are now the guardian of the child. They have every legal right and authority to make decisions for the child. They are presumed to be functionally the parent of the child. However, the benefit of a KLG is that you do have a court-ordered right to visitation. And in some instances, KLGs can be vacated. So even though it might be the case that a parent has a significant impairment, they might have a disability that renders them unable to care for the child. Let's say that they were injured in a car accident to the point where they can't even take care of themselves, let alone a child. In that instance, if the child is not able to safely be in the care of a parent, there might be a KLG in the form of an aunt taking KLG. But there's no reason why the parent can't have access to the child because the parent is not a danger to the child. In that instance, the parent would have a court-ordered right to supervised access or even unsupervised access to the child. So KLGs are a great form of granting access to a third party without terminating parental rights. The only caveat about it is that adoption can't be deemed to be appropriate. So in a circumstance where a child has been harmed by a parent, where there's been child abuse and neglect, maybe multiple findings of child abuse and neglect, and ultimately the child can't be safely returned to a parent, the presumption is that there should be an adoption, and only if the child doesn't want to be adopted, if there's no third party who's an appropriate person to adopt the child, and we can't get to that level of permanency, will the court entertain doing a KLG instead.